All right, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a long video. I'm going to show you how to install this Open5gs-nms application that I've been working on and creating. So let's get the basic layout. We got my lab server here, which is right next to me in my rack. We have a default install of 2404, a minimized install with absolutely nothing on it. It's got two interfaces. We have my ENF18, which is my LAN and my internet interface, and ENS19 is my RAN interface. That's where my eNode Bs, my gNode Bs are gonna lie. So for now, we can honestly get rid of that. This is the GitHub page. It shows you everything. So let's pop over to install.md. All right, let's get in there. 172.16.0. What was it? 248. Yep. Log in. Perfect. Get into root. So I have to use the sudo command constantly. Apparently, I didn't type the password right. Did I even set the password? I probably didn't even set the password. Let's do sudo pathwd root for my password. Set the root password. Set it again. Okay, let's see. Let's try that again. Better. Okay. So first thing we need to do is install Docker. So let me pop this down here. Let's get the Docker command. You know what? Let's do side by side here. Come on. You can do it. Come on. All right, much better. So we're gonna get the Docker installer. Sage, get Docker. It's just gonna install the Docker runtime, which is required for this to work. And I will let that install and I'll be right back once it's done installing. All right, Docker's done installing. Let's just make sure that it does things. It does. All right. So this is where we have to take kind of a split and choose a path here. If your CPU does not support AVX, you need to install MongoDB using a Docker container, which I have included in here. It's the Mongo Docker and then Docker Compose Basic. So that will start up the correct MongoDB container. Now, the caveat is to install Open5gs, it requires MongoDB for the apt, the apt command to work. So you can do one of two things. You can either just install MongoDB as it is and then just not run it, so that when you go to install Open5gs, it doesn't error out on the install, or you can build Open5gs from source. So I normally prefer to build it from source, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's grab some build dependencies here. There's a lot of them, and I'll let that run and I'll be back when it's done. All right, we got all our build dependencies installed. Let's clone the Open5gs repo. Take a second. It's a big project, lots of files. Taking a sweet time. This is not a very high-powered VM either, so things are a little bit slower than normal. All right, there we go. Let's pop into that folder. And let us start the build process. That's going to do a bunch of checking and all kinds of stuff. So I'll be back after this is done. All right, so it's done doing the first build step. Let's move on to the second step here. This is gonna compile and link a bunch of stuff. Once again, it's gonna take a minute, so I'll be back once again. All right, we're coming to the end of the build process now. Got a couple more things to link. Almost there. All right, next, I'm gonna build the installer. It's gonna go through and check all kinds of stuff. It's good. Config. Let's make sure all our stuff is where it should be, especially these two files that I'm looking at. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so this by default doesn't generate the systemd startup files, so I put a little script there to generate those for you. That's in the Open5gs-nms. Let me just grab that so we have it. Git clone. Oops. All right, so let's hop into that. We should have that script there, generate Open5gs systemd. Copy that. Perfect. Okay, so next we need to start the Docker container for Mongo. So this is the Docker file right here. Really simple. So Mongo Docker. We're gonna do Docker compose -f Docker compose basic up tac d background. Gonna pull everything and start it up. Go back to where we were. Let's make sure that's running. It is. All right, let's see if we can start the services. So let's do change mod. I always want to say change mod. chmod +x service control. Service control start. And we are missing one service here. Let me check that out. See why that didn't build. Okay. So what one was it? PC. Okay. Interesting. PC RFD. Wonder why that didn't start. I'll be right back. Let me check out, see what's going on with that. All right, guys, that was actually my fault. I ran this I ran this command too soon after building this. The system just wasn't ready yet for some reason. So we're gonna start back where we left off. So /generate systemd. Created all the files. It's taking its time. All right, that looks good. So now we can do service control start. All right, that is looking great. That is all our Open5gs system running. So like I said, I just ran this command too quickly. So after you compile everything, just give it a second, then you can run this command and be good. So let's just do a test here. Simple status Open5gs-nms. Good, that's running. That's perfect. Okay, next. Oh, important. Make sure DNS is working. Let's just pop that open and temporarily change this to Google. That's just for the Docker build to run. Okay, so next we need to create some folders. These 3 folders are important. You must make them. And those are for the backups. The NMS system is going to create backups, and that's where it's going to put them. Okay. Next, the big build. So we've cloned the repo already, this Open5gs NMS repo, and we need to start building the containers now. That one's real simple. Compose build, dash, cache. Okay, this is going to take around 900 to 900 to 1,000 seconds to build. It is hefty. So I will be back once it's done building. I'm still here. Seriously, it takes forever to build. Sorry. If you're following along, it really takes forever. I tried as much as I could to optimize the build process and make it not take 1,000 seconds, but this is like the absolute fastest I could get it to build. And it does build a lot faster on newer processors, but like I said, this is like an old Supermicro 1U server chassis that's like, I don't know, 8 years old. So it's not the fastest thing in the world. So I would expect it to build a little bit faster on a modern computer, maybe 500 seconds versus 1,000. Okay. 200 seconds down. A bunch more to go. Look at that. All right, it is done. Done building. It took 700 seconds. So let's make sure it's running. Okay. Let's make sure it's getting requests. It is. Let's look at it now. 172.16.0.248 or 888. Okay. It looks like it worked the first time, which is great. So here's the front page. It shows you all the services and what's active. This is the topology page. It's just a little mini map of all the internal connections in Open5gs that shows if they're active, and it will show you, connected UEs, their IMC numbers for the 4G side. I don't have that done on the 5G side yet, but I will soon. Same thing. This will show you active UE sessions. It will show you eNodeBs connected and all that. Services page, start and stop individual services. The configuration page, it's a big one. So this is where you can configure each individual service how you want it. All kinds of things you can configure. Basically, I extracted every possible YAML configuration tag and stuck it into an editor. You also can use a text editor, a built-in text editor if you want. You don't have to. Yes, I know I skipped over that. I'll get to that. So subscribers. So like I can sim generator. Let's do 10 of them for the 99970 network. Sequential, and then we're going to auto provision into the database. So it's going to generate all the SIM information. You can download it if you want, or you can look at it so you can program your SIM cards. Let's get out of this. And if we refresh, you'll see all these subscribers that have been entered into the Open5gs MongoDB with all their appropriate settings. This is for Suki keys. backup and restore, you restore factory defaults, you can do all kinds of stuff. This is a log file system. Just check what log file you want to look. So if you want to look at the AMF and say the MME, just check that and it will show you everything in line. And it is it's live. It pulls it through the WebSockets connection. But here's the best part. If you go to auto config, because this is an absolutely vanilla default install of Open5gs. Let's get our programs. So we got MCC and MNC is good. That's good. That's good. All right. So so 172.16.0.248. 248. This one needs to be different. We'll just call that 249. 249. Remember, for this to work, these IP addresses must be assigned an interface on your host. This is our UE pool that the user elements are going to get assigned to, and that's where we're going to NAT the traffic from. Let's configure NAT as well. That's our tunnel interface where this IP range is connected to. You get preview config, shows you what it's going to do, apply, restart. It's going to create a backup. Boom, restarted. So, second here. See, they're going red because they're restarting. And so the reason these two failed is because that second IP address that I put in the auto config, this IP address doesn't exist. So if I put this one in, hit apply, it should start. Oh, excuse me. It should start. You'll see everything started now. The UPF's not started now just because it's a duplicate IP and it doesn't like it. But that is pretty much it. So if you guys want anything more detailed, just tell me and I'll go into more detail on things. But that is the quickest way to bring this up and running on a vanilla install of Open5gs on Ubuntu 2404 using MongoDB inside of a Docker container because you don't have AVX on your processor. But if you do have AVX, like I said, let me just quickly go back through this so no one's confused about this. So install Ubuntu, you're going to install Docker. Next, you need to make a decision. Are you going to compile Open5gs from source or do you want to use apt install? If you're going to use apt install, just install MongoDB the normal way and then just disable MongoDB. The only reason we do that is just so that when we go down to install Open5gs through the traditional method, it doesn't fail its dependency checks for MongoDB. So then you would install Open5gs, start it up with the service control script, skipped. You're going to skip the build part, and then just go right down here, do your DNS, clone the repo, build it, and deploy it. That's it. So if you go the alternate method where you don't install Open5gs, you would do this. You would install Docker, skip installing MongoDB, build Open5gs from source. Then you would go to this Docker Compose here. You're going to start this Docker Compose container. Then you're going to go back. And you're going to generate your systemd files. And then you're going to start Open5gs. Then you can go down here and continue, clone the repo, make the directories, build it, and deploy it. That makes sense? Cool. All right. See you guys.